Hey fellow explorers, in this video I'm going to take you on a complete tour of California's Great Adventure theme park located in Santa Clara, California, just on the south side of San Francisco Bay. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I can see. And I'm going to start this tour right in front of the main gate to the park. There's an ice skating rink set up here because I'm here in January, right in front of the signature double-decker carousel. That's right, you can ride this one from the bottom or the top. Also a Christmas tree here in January as a holdover from December. We're gonna walk around this park in the counterclockwise direction. First ride here is Gold Striker. This is a wooden roller coaster, one of the most popular in the park. As you can see here, it says the wait time from this point can be 120 minutes. This is the longest roller coaster ride in the park. There are two wooden roller coasters, but this one's the newest. It was built in 2018 and really is quite fun if you like wooden roller coasters. This one, this Blue Tower, this is one of the park's original rides from 1975. It basically takes you up and then spins you around very, very slowly. It's like an observation ride. They rank how thrilling rides are here on a scale of 1 to 5, and that tower ride is a 1. This Gold Striker roller coaster is a 4. We're gonna check out all the roller coasters and all the rides as we go. And you know, it might be a little bit noisy because, well, it is a theme park after all, and the rides are going. Now, this right here, this is the main plaza of California's Great Adventure. This is Hometown Square. This is, you know, you could consider this actually whole park like the San Francisco Bay Area's answer to Disneyland, and so this is the equivalent of Main Street, the California, U.S., American, iconic, you know, fire station. I should point out they've got the little swings that are really popular in California state fairs. There is a Starbucks right here where you can get your coffee fix, and right back here to eat there is a Panda Express. It says, "Welcome to Hometown Square," established in 1976, because that's when this park was originally founded by Marriott Corporation. Yes, the hotel chain is the one that originally built this theme park. They didn't run it for all that long because they weren't too happy with the profits. It's gone through a few different owners, but currently this park is operated by Cedar Fair Corporation. Right here, there's a little arcade where you can play video games in front of the firehouse, which is then in front of the Patriot roller coaster. You know, this is a kind of great American park, so of course they've got the Patriot roller coaster. Now, this roller coaster has a really neat seat. You can see these seats that are out here where before you get on the ride, you can actually sit in the seat. This roller coaster is closed right now, so we can't take that one, but I did ride all these roller coasters earlier. That one has a couple loops and inversions, though it's a really quick roller coaster. We've got the Great America Theater. I'm here in January, so they're not doing the Christmas Snoopy show at the moment. Now, by the way, back here at this Panda Express, if you're curious how much a plate of food's gonna cost you in this theme park, the standard combo with like 2 items and rice or noodles, 15 bucks right there. Or perhaps you might prefer a Subway sandwich. That is right here next to their Great America Town Hall. Now, this is a neat looking building right here. This is Maggie Brown's Festive Feast, where they specialize in fried chicken. That's right, typical American theme park food. All right, and right next to it is a Auntie Anne's Pretzels, another great American classic chain. Their pretzels are actually quite good. They've got savory pretzels and they've got sweet pretzels. Around this park, there's a lot of like fair type games where you can win a prize. Here, you try to get the basketball in the hoop, but you got to score. You get 12 shots and 40 seconds to shoot with $20. And if you get 13 to 15 points, you get your choice of items back there. All right, this roller coaster, this rail roller coaster, this is their newest coaster in the park, and this one operates on a single rail. and it's a really fast coaster. It has like nearly an inverted drop. It does some loops and it does some twists, and then you sit on a seat that makes it feel like you're riding maybe like a snowmobile or something like that. It's like a wide straddle on the seat. I'll show that to you in just a moment when we get over to the front and we can check out the seat. To the right here is Whitewater Falls. This one is a water rafting ride, closed for the season here in January. Okay, on the right, this one is the Demon. This is I'm just gonna call this a standard metal coaster, 2 seats wide. A car has 4 seats total. Some loops and inversions in this one too. That one goes pretty fast. Here is the Berserker. They've got it winter themed for the holidays, but this one, not a roller coaster. This is a 3 on the thrill ride, and this one basically is a ride that just kind of goes around in a circle. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. All right, back here on Railblazer, you can see that going up again. What's unique about this ride is it's just 1 seat wide. So you don't sit next to anybody, and the seats, pretty substantial harness on this thing. It's pretty fun if you get the front car on this ride. This is what the seats look like on Railblazer, and then you can see your feet straddle this thing right across as you go on this ride. All right, cray. By the way, if you wonder why there's nobody here, like why this park seems so empty in January, it's because there was like a bomb cyclone. There was a lot of rain over the past week, and so the park's been closed for a lot of days, and it's usually open on Saturdays and Sundays, but it's going to be closed this Sunday because of weather, and so they opened it on Friday. So this is a day that it wasn't usually going to be open, but it is today, and I decided to sneak in here right before I was flying out of San Jose Airport back to my home airport in Orange County. So if you are flying into or out of San Jose Airport, know that this park's really close by. It's about 10 or 15 minute drive from here to San Jose Airport. Now we're coming up in the Winterfest Food Festival, as it's named right now, but this is basically the park's big food court. So if you're looking for a lot of places to eat to please everybody in your group, you'll probably find something right in here, from burgers, pizza, you know, that sort of fair food things, with a whole bunch of drink stands in the middle. Most of the food stands are closed right now because it's 4 o'clock and the park closes at 5 today. But the games are still open and the rides are still open, but they figure, well, nobody's gonna be eating at that point. Okay, here we've got Barney Oldfield's Speedway. This is this park's answer to Autopia at Disneyland, the ride that you basically drive a car around. And so we'll go around this house and then we'll take a look at these cars. I never liked this ride at Disneyland, and I don't love it here either because these cars, well, they run on gas, and so they really quite stink. But you can get these cars, they're on a little rail, and you can, the little kiddos in the group can feel like they're driving them around. All right, as any theme park would have many gift shops as you walk around, as in January, many of them are closed or half closed. Here we've got another basketball game. This one, I think maybe you just get one in the hoop, $20 to play here. This one's 1 in wins. This one you get 6 throws into the football toss. All right, here's the second wooden coaster in the park. This one's the Grizzly. This one is smaller than the first one we checked out, but really quite fun also if you like the wooden roller coasters. Here we've got a drop tower. This ride, you sit in these seats, takes you up to the top, and then brings you down to drop you. Over here in the games gallery, this is the largest collection of fair games here. You've got the water squirting game. You've got the ring fling, where you toss rings onto these bottles. You've got the cat's meow, where you try to throw balls to knock the cats down. You got this one where you try to throw the balls into the red trash cans. And then in the middle here is the biggest of all the arcades that are here. It's got some neat lights here at the top owing to the 1970s era. The littler kiddos, they can ride in these cars right here that are pretty neat and also take some photos. And if you're a fan of Dance Dance Revolution, yes, there is a Dance Dance Revolution machine right there in the back, which, by the way, in case you didn't know, I am definitely a fan of Dance Dance Revolution. And of course, the famous air hockey. This one's interesting. It's a curved air hockey table. You know, they don't miss any opportunity to get some branding deals in, so the Coca-Cola drop tower there for refreshments. The Tiki Twirl back here, I'm gonna show you around the left side. Take a look at it. That's the line to go in. But the Tiki Twirl, another ride that you kind of see like a copycat ride. This is a copycat ride. Why is it a copycat ride? Because it's at a lot of theme parks around here. It's not particularly unique to Great Adventure, but you get this little circular platform in there. I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can see it a little bit closer. You get this circular platform that you sit on that then kind of goes back and forth on a rail and twirls. Not doing anything because they're loading it right now. Here, this ride is like when it's working in the summer, is a cable car that you can take all the way to the other side of the park. A good way to get great views. This one also very mild on the thrill level, since it's basically just like a ski lift. I always like those in parks and fairs. Over here on the right, we've got Kiddie Roller Coaster. This one, you sit inside of a mouse, and then the mouse goes around the tracks. So that one's gonna be good for everyone in your family. It's called Psycho Mouse. They give this one a 4 on the thrill category, but honestly, it's not that thrilling. It's pretty tame, because we're entering Planet Snoopy, which is their total kiddie area. Oh, before we go in, over here, they've got some like go-karts that you might find at like a miniature golf course or family fun center. We've got the Centrifuge, which has these yellow cars that spin around, maybe their answer to the Tilt-A-Whirl. Right in the center of this park, the whole park, you know, since it's just like one walk that we're doing, it's a big oval, and then the center of the park is just the employees only section where they can service all of the different rides. Now, Planet Snoopy, in the back of it, you might start to see some water rides. This park also has a water park section, which is open seasonally in the summer. There's a bunch of kiddie rides back here that were closed today, and then these in the main part of Planet Snoopy were open. This one is also like another Tilt-A-Whirl type thing where the main platforms spin and then the cars spin around too. Snoopy seems to be a classic American character in theme parks. If you go to Knott's Berry Farm in Orange County, down in Southern California, they have a Camp Snoopy for the kiddos as well. Sierra Creek Lodge, this is another restaurant that is themed like a lodge from the Sierras, which are the mountains just to the east of here, famous for their sequoia trees. That would look kind of like that. Inside the Snoopy Boutique, you can get everything Snoopy that your kiddos might want. Or maybe not, because maybe you can't carry that big Snoopy back home with you. There is a much smaller carousel over here, the small character carousel. And there is a little tiny kiddie coaster just back there, the yellow coaster. This might be your kiddos' first roller coaster ride right there. There's a little amphitheater in the center for when they have shows. There's a little kiddie swing set back here, and they make it pretty easy to show you who can ride and can't ride. And then there's a height where people, kiddos, have to be accompanied by an adult to ride. So they just sit in front of that, and you can see their height. And of course, this seems to be the ride that everybody definitely wants to buy the pictures on the roller coaster of their kiddos' first roller coasters. There's a big kids bumper cars we're gonna see in a little bit, but there's also little kids bumper cars right here. That's pretty cute. They call this one a 2 on the thrilling scale, as it is a mild thrill ride. On the right, there's a place that says funnel cakes, because what would be a theme park in America without some funnel cakes or some churros, the other classic theme park food. There's some neat covered bridges that you go through here. This park, you know, owing to the Sierras and this and that, definitely has a bit of a mountain theme. When you go to a lot of snowy places in America, they'll have these covered bridges because the covered roof makes the bridge last longer when the snow doesn't end up on the bridge. By the way, the name of the water park is South Bay Shores, and you just enter it in through the main part of this park. Here we've got the Delirium ride. This is a ride that goes by a lot of different names at different parks around the country, but the way this one works is this pendulum right here swings back and forth, and then you sit in one of these chairs, and these chairs go around this way. All right. There's a 4D ride here, the Mass Effect 4D ride. It's one of those that has the projection screen that you kind of sit in there and it pretends that you're moving around. If you get motion sickness like me on those rides, you're getting sick, just close your eyes and it's all good, because it's usually the screen and the chairs moving that make you kind of woozy. Well, I mentioned we're right by San Jose Airport. You can see a plane coming in to land at the airport right there. As we come in over here, we can see this is the backside of the Patriot roller coaster that you saw earlier. Oh, and by the way, the Patriot roller coaster that was closed, what's unique about that one, it is a floorless coaster, and you sit 4 people wide. All right, here at the Route 76 Get and Go, automobile themed, the cashier, she's behind some rubber tires. This is kind of a cool eagle flying ride for the kiddos. And as we wander around this way, the trash cans in this land are red, white, and blue themed in front of the flying eagles here. Let's take a little closer look at the flying eagles. The staff here, they all carry these sticks at the entrance to the ride to measure the kiddos on the ride to make sure they are the right height. We got another restaurant back here. This one's Merle's Filling Station. Closed for this season, but what do they sell? They sell, you guessed it, burgers, shakes, fries, and chicken tenders. All right, we can hear the Patriot roller coaster, which is gonna come right along here. Yeah, and you know, if you say, hey, Chris, what is the best time to come? I mean, this time I came in January. This was an amazing time to come. Literally all of the rides were just walk-ups. I just walked right up to every single ride. There was no line. For anything, I rode all 5 coasters in just about an hour. Here's a really small arcade, but if you like pinball, there are 4 pinball machines in this arcade right on the backside of the Patriot in all American corners. There's another basketball game right here. This one, $10. You get 3 shots, and if you get 1 in, you win. What do you win? You win a basketball. And then you get to carry it around with you the rest of the day. Probably do those at the end, because you can't bring your basketball on most of the rides. By the way it works here with the rides and taking stuff on is that they don't have like places that you can put your things on the ride or roller coasters itself. Instead, they have little shelves on the other side of the platform of the roller coaster. So like you walk on the roller coaster, you walk across it, and then you can put your backpack and things down, and then when you come back from the roller coaster, you can pick your stuff up again. This one here, Flight Deck, this is probably my favorite roller coaster that I rode here. This one is a inverted coaster, so the track is on the top, and I really quite enjoyed this one. I felt this one was the smoothest, the least herky-jerky. It does make some loops and it does make some inversions, but I've just always been one who likes the roller coasters that have the track on top. It feels like the loops and the inversions are less tight or steep and less tummy inverting. All right, this is the last land before we get back into the main entrance plaza. This is Orleans Place. New Orleans Place. I said this was like the Bay Area's answer to Disneyland, right? There's a lot of things here that are fairly reminiscent. Over here, we've got, you wouldn't see this at Disneyland because they don't have bumper cars, but in New Orleans Place, they've got the bigger bumper cars in the Roulette Dodge. And you can see those right in there. All right, they're just getting ready to board. We've got Voodoo Charm. You can pick up some voodoo gifts in the Cajun Creole in Nolans. Voodoo is, definitely part of the culture there. You can hear the music from Louisiana here as well. A little Zydeco. Boom. All right, we've got the Candy Cane Cafe. We'll go ahead and stick our head in the Candy Cane Cafe. Oh, they've also got an amphitheater right here where they have concerts in the summer. And popping our head into the Candy Cane Cafe. This is really a candy store. My 3-year-old daughter would love this place because it's full of fudge, it's full of gigantic lollipops, it's full of caramel apples. She's gonna watch this video and be like, Papa, how come I didn't get to go to the Orleans Candy Kitchen, which is what I think this is called most of the year when it's not Christmas. We got another outpost of funnel cakes and churros. Let's go ahead and check this out, what they've got on offer in the French Quarter funnel cakes and churros store. We can see in here they've got 3 funnel cakes, piping and hot. A funnel cake with 4 toppings, $16.49. If you just want an ice cream cone, that's gonna cost you $7.99. And that brings us right back here to that double-decker roller coaster. Double-decker roller coaster, double-decker carousel. You can tell I've been talking for a little too long. My words no longer make sense. Well, fellow explorers, if you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy watching some more of my videos on the San Francisco Bay Area. You can click here for my whole playlist or my video right here if you're just wondering how safe is San Francisco to visit right now. Well, as usual, I won't say goodbye because I'm gonna see you in one of those videos.